Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title, I'm doing a story time today because it's just too hot for me to do anything makeup related. My hair has hit the humidity and it's pretty much almost out of frame right now. So I just needed something that was, light and easy to do. Now, if you are an OG on Snapchat, then you have heard this story before, but that was a long time ago that I told it, and there are a whole lot more of you here in the family. So most of you have not heard this, but if you don't want to hear it again, there are other story times that you can go check out. I did just tell a story time on Twitter today, so you go check that out too. Don't even have to be following me. Just type in my username. My account's public, so go ahead and read that, or you could just listen to it again. Whatever. So, as you can see by the title, I'm doing a story time on the time that a racist homeless woman tried to spit on me, and because your girl talks a lot, and because I need to get into the story before I get angry, let me just get into it. So this story happened at Yankee Stadium. I feel like a majority of the stories I have told happened at Yankee Stadium, but I was there for 2 years. A lot happened. I have so many more stories I could tell. Let me know if you want me to in the comments down below. But I do like to give a little, backstory about the people that I'm talking about. And in this one, we're gonna call her Dina. We're gonna call her Dina in the story. Now, if you have ever worked at Yankee Stadium, or if you've ever had, season tickets, or you're just a fan of the Yankees who's often there, even when they were across the street, then you might also know who Dina is. If you work there, you should know who Dina is. But Dina, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe what Dina does, because it's certainly not a job, but Dina is at every single Yankee game and some of their soccer games. Really, she's at any type of event that Yankee Stadium is holding: concerts, graduation, anything that's going to involve people lining up outside of Yankee Stadium, because Dina goes around to all of the garbages in Yankee Stadium and takes out whatever she feels is valuable. Yes, you heard that right. I'm going to need you to remember that when I get into the rest of the story, okay? Now, just like most other arenas, stadiums, there are certain things you can't take into Yankee Stadium. Sunscreen, GoPros, laptops, and a lot of people, they're visiting Yankee Stadium from other countries, other states, so they don't have cars that they can go leave this stuff in. They don't have, hotels that they can go all the way back to. They just want to visit Yankee Stadium. So when they get to security and security says, you can't take that in, what happens a lot of the time is people will just throw that stuff away. You wouldn't believe how many times I've seen, is it GoPros or selfie sticks? One of those, like a whole bunch of, just selfie sticks in the garbage. I think I've seen a GoPro in the garbage before, but people will just have no other options and throw things away. So Dina comes around and she collects them, and I guess sells them later on. I don't know if she has a collection at home. I don't know, but that's what she does. She goes through the garbage and looks for anything that she feels she can sell later on. Now that I've told you about Dina's gig, I can tell you a little bit about Dina's appearance and her personality. She's probably somewhere in her 50s, 60s, about 4 or 5. In the 2 years that I've known her, she has 2 outfits, one purple one, one white one. She always wears this Mardi Gras bead set that she probably also found in the garbage. There's the nice tooth that she has, and she's usually walking around with some wheeler stroller type of thing. And now, under her personality, the reason most people who work there know who Dina is because Dina is quite racist. Okay, and when I say quite racist, that's me being generous. She's extremely vile and racist. Literally, if there's anything out there that could be said that's offensive, she will most likely say it, and she believes in it too. It's one thing when people just say certain things, they want to look cool, they want to look tough. She means everything that she's saying. So most people who work there have had her say some type of racist thing about them, because most people that work there are minorities. So there's the whole racist aspect to her. And another reason why people might know who Dina is because Dina steals. Okay, it's one thing when you're racist, it's you add thief on top of racist. But I don't know how many of you have seen it, but I did tell a story time not too long ago about Billy, and while most of you know how I feel about Billy, this is probably the only funny situation I've ever been in with him. But I did mention in that story time that when I was working there, I was working with pretty expensive equipment, tablets worth thousands of dollars, just machines, all of that stuff. So one day we're there with the equipment and we're just setting up whatever, and you know, all you see is Dina come like strolling by, didn't even, you know, like stop while she was at it, just kept going in full motion, and she just, you know, takes a tablet, you know, puts it under her armpit and just keeps strolling along. And everyone at the table, when we realized what just happened, it was like, so Billy chases after her and he was like, give me that. What is, and she'll even steal from guests. Like, don't think, you know, if you're someone who's giving the stadium money that you're off limits. She'll steal from you too. You know, if you're standing there in line waiting to go through security, you know, you have a purse that doesn't have a zipper on it, you know, like it's just a big open hole. Don't be surprised if you're standing there talking to someone and you just like feel, you know, some tugging, some moving in your bag, and you look down and all you see is like one of Santa's little helpers helping themselves to what's in your purse. Yeah, she'll do that too. So those are the two main things that she's known for at the stadium. And when I say known, I mean known. Like, the police know who she is. So, but anyway, on to the actual story. So knowing what I knew about her, I didn't like having her around. I was always cautious when she was around. You know, there's the whole racist thing. So it's not like having her around was pleasant. So one day I'm at work and it's me and Ray. You know, me and Ray were like this. So anywhere I was, she was. That's usually how we ended up getting into the situations that we did. But it's her and I standing there, and she says, hey, hold my water bottle, I have to go to the bathroom. And it was a pretty expensive type of water bottle that they sell inside. Like, I'm pretty sure it costs over $80. And not just because it's like a Yankee Stadium water bottle, but I think like what it was made out of made it some type of expensive water bottle. But even if it was a $5 water bottle from Target, it was her water bottle, all right? No one else can take claim to it. So she said, hold my water bottle while I go to the bathroom. Now, you know, she said hold my water bottle, but I didn't take that as her literally wanting me to hold her water bottle. I mean, we are at work, and knowing Ray, she's not going to the bathroom to use the bathroom. She's going to the bathroom to take pictures, get on Snapchat, possibly watch the game a little bit, and, you know, an hour later make her way back to where we were. And I was still at work. You know, I still had to deal with guests that were coming in, so I didn't see the issue there with putting her water bottle down on the ground. And now that I think about it, her water bottle really could have been stolen by just anybody who was walking by, not even, you know, what I'm about to get into. So again, because I knew she was going to be in there for a while, I put it down on the ground, and I kind of forgot that it was on the ground. I didn't remember that it was on the ground until I hear, yes, that's how crappy of a wheeler, stroller, whatever you want to call it, it was, that you could hear it before you could see it. And when you hear it, you know who's coming. So I hear it and I'm just like, here we go. But when I went, here we go, I saw the water bottle on the ground and I remembered she steals. Let me go ahead and just, you know, pick that up off the ground. So I pick it up off the ground and now I'm holding it like in between myself and the machine. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm holding it now. So what are you going to do? Like, you're not going to strong arm me into giving it to you. So maybe she'll just, you know, keep strolling past me. Of course not, because it wouldn't be my luck if, you know, she just went about her business and left me alone, right? So she comes up to me and she's like, give me that water bottle. So I said, no. So she says, it's not your water bottle. Pause. How do you know that? Did you follow this water bottle from when it left the factory to when some cashier rung it up? It's in my hands now, so how do you know it's not my water bottle? And besides, whether or not it's my water bottle, it's not yours. So I said, it's not yours though. At this point, I'm getting angry with her because why are you trying to argue with me over something that doesn't belong to you? Whether it belongs to me or not, you know it doesn't belong to you though, right? Okay. So there are two things that can happen with me when I get angry. Either my voice is going to get really high or my voice is going to start shaking. So I guess at that point, my voice had gotten really high. And my coworker, I believe I've mentioned him in a story before, but, you know, we're going to call him DJ. In this one, he comes over, you know, he's kind of like the peacemaker, but he's also kind of a troublemaker. So I'm assuming he was coming over at that point to keep things calm, or who knows, maybe he was coming over to see what the tea was. But he comes over, and now it's not just one black person in front of her, it's two black people in front of her. So she's saying, you know, give her the water bottle. I'm saying no. Now she's getting frustrated. So she says, you niggers on welfare.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, play that back to yourself, listen to what I said slowly. She said, "You niggers on welfare." Let me break it down for you if you still don't understand what I just said. This woman who comes to the stadium to go through the garbage, okay, and has more clothes than she does teeth, okay, just told me, at that point, recent college graduate who's at work, making a decent amount of money, plus commission, that she and the man sitting next to her, who is, he's pretty accomplished himself, that we are niggers on welfare. Now, if you've seen the story times that I've done on racists, have you noticed that the racists that I encounter always end up telling me, that I'm either uneducated or I'm living off the government, and then look at the situations that we're in here, okay? The other one, she was telling me that I need to go back to school because she couldn't use an expired coupon. And in this one, you're telling me I'm on welfare because I won't give you an item that doesn't belong to you, as if you haven't gone through all the other garbages around the stadium and found things that also didn't belong to you, but people just threw away in the garbage, that they also threw away, like food and whatnot in, okay? Okay, just making sure you guys, get the full idea of what's going on here. So she said that, and again, already knew she was racist. There's not much a racist can say to me that's actually going to shock me. They usually regurgitate the same things over and over again. So she said that, and I'm just looking at, oh, okay, so we've gotten to that point. All right, bye, Dina. Bye. I think I might have said her actual name a couple minutes ago. But anyway, I'm like, bye, Dina. Bye. Why are you still here? So I'm pretty much like shooing her off because, mind you, at this point, like, people are still coming through. So she's not getting the reaction that she wanted. She wanted some type of like angered reaction. So she wheels over, and now she was standing, pretty much in front of me to my left-ish, and now she wheels over so that she's right on the side of me, and she's like, hey, like her actual dirty fingers that rifle through the garbage are like this on my arm while she's saying, hey, trying to get me to look at her. And like I said, this was not my first encounter with her. The first time she did that, I told her, do not touch me. Not only do you go through the garbage, but you're a stranger. I don't know you. And I've said before, I don't like being touched by people I don't know. If I don't know you, don't touch me. Now, pause. I don't want to scare anyone away who might see me in person. If you come up, introduce yourself, you want to hug, all that other stuff. Cool. I have no problems with that, but I don't understand why people are okay touching people that they don't know in person. I've had people, come up and like yank my hair from behind. I just wanted to see if it was real. So when I yank your nose, though, are we going to be on the same level? I just wanted to know if it was real. It's kind of long, sis. Like, what makes you think, okay, you know what? We're veering off subject here. Let's get back to the story. So, I told her before, don't touch me. And here she is again, and she's touching me. And so I'm looking at DJ, and I'm like, you better get her, okay? I'm telling you, stop touching me. So even though at that point I was getting heated, it still wasn't the reaction that she was looking for. She wanted to sleep peacefully that night under the bridge, knowing that she pissed off a nigger, right? So doing this and touching me, even though I've told her, and I'm telling her in that moment, do not touch me. So since that's not doing anything, she wheels back in front of me. Y'all, the next thing I hear is, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm not a confrontational person. I don't believe in violence. I'm not here for fighting. I don't think it makes you look cute. I don't think it makes you look tough. I will always try to talk things out. It might get a little rowdy while talking, but as long as you keep your hands to yourself, I'll keep my hands to myself. My friends usually come to me when they're fighting with each other because I am the person who's going to try to mend things out and get everyone to be adults. But I need people to not let that fool you, okay? If you want it to get there, it can get there. And I can count how many times in my life it has gotten there. But when it does get there, I don't know who that person is, okay? And that's a scary thing. That's why I don't like getting there, because I don't like being taken out of character to the point where I don't know who that person is in my body who's acting out in this type of way. But I will, though, okay? Something about the sound of that just... something snapped inside of me, you guys. I don't know any other way to explain it than just something snapped in my head. Spitting on someone, I feel, is like the most disrespectful thing that you can do to someone. Way more disrespectful than like slapping someone in the face, a sucker punch. Spitting on, you don't catch these hands if you spit on me. Like, there's no other way for me to put it. Again, I'm not here for violence, but you spit on me, okay? So she said, didn't get to the yeah, but all I heard was, and realized like what she was about to do, and I snapped. I was like, I wish you would. I wish you would spit on me. Spit on me. Please spit on me. I just completely snapped in that moment. You know, it doesn't matter that guests were still around. I'm usually not the one for cursing in front of children, but in that moment, there was no one else in that area besides me and her. My boss could have been standing right next to me. I would have snapped the same way, and he would have had to have understood that, you know, this is the situation that I was put in. That was my reaction. Either you're gonna fire me or you're gonna get over it. But that's what it was in that moment. I was telling her, scream on me. Scream, spit. I was telling her, spit on me. Spit on me. From the time you to the time you see if I don't shove that loogie back down your throat, and that's the only thing that you eat today. Please spit on me. Again, don't know who that person is, but that's who I was that day. I think about it now, and I kind of laugh about it, because I just know that that's like so not who I am, but it was in that moment. I'm not proud of it, but... So DJ's still sitting next to me, and he's looking stunned because he's never seen me like that before, and no one's ever seen me like that before at that job, because that's not something that happens often. I think the last time that I snapped on someone, I was about to say the last time I snapped on someone like that was Bertha at Gilly Hicks, but that's not true. The last time I snapped on someone like that was my roommate, and I'll leave that story right there. But he's trying to get me to calm down. He's like, you know, let her go, not let her go, but let it go. Ignore her, she's ignorant, she's stupid, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, nah, let her spit on me. Let something fly over here and see if I don't fly over there and Molly whoop the So again, the hadn't happened yet, you know, nothing came out, and I think at that point she was kind of evaluating just how far she could take it. So she advanced on me, and that was all that I needed to know in that moment. I was standing behind a machine, but it's not some type of machine that's taking up like 12 feet. All I need to do is walk around this machine, okay? So I started walking around the machine, and that's when she realized, let me just get up out of here. Let me scoot up out of here. Took her little wheeler and wheeled on by. Like I couldn't come after her if I wanted to. She's lucky I have Christ in my life. So DJ's like, she's gone, let her go. Just stay here, relax, blah, 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 calm down, blah, blah, blah. And at that point, like once she was no longer in front of me, I was still very much so angry, but I had calmed down to the point where I wasn't going to go after her, because I'm not stupid, okay? If she spits on me and then I whoop her ass, then I might have a case there. But if she walks away and I follow after her, then, you know, I'll be the villain once I whoop her ass. In court, well, she walked away from you. She was no longer a threat. Why'd you go after her? So I'm not that stupid. So I calmed down enough to where I didn't go after her, but I was still very much so angry for the rest of the shift, and Billy knew to stay his ass where he was and not say anything to me for the rest of the shift. So that was the last time Dina ever approached me, ever talked to me, ever really looked at me, because after that, the few times that we did make eye contact, I looked at her like, what's up, okay? It can be on site if you wanted to, okay? So after that, she just kept it pushing. And before anyone tries to fix their mouths in the comments down below to say, well, she didn't really spit on you, so can't you say you kind of overreacted? No, okay? If you're in an argument with someone and they fix their mouths to go, you know what's coming next. And just to prove that what she is capable of doing, couple weeks later, right behind me, security is stationed, and she was trying to get under one of the ropes to go to one of the garbage bags, and this Latino security guard male saw her, and he pushed her, not like push, but he, you know, had her back up under the rope, like, you can't come through here, like, you don't have a ticket, you can't go through the garbage, while guests are trying to get through. So of course, you know, she got angry, started telling him to go back over the border, called him, you know, Latino slurs. And then the next thing, all you see is, you hear, but this time you see, even her spit looked disgusting. You would have had to have been there in the moment, but you know, it goes flying in the air, and the security guard hops out of the way, but I think in mid-hop, like, he realized what was happening. He realized she just spit at him, and you know, after it landed on the ground, mind you, like I said, security is behind us, okay? So there's probably only, like, maybe 2 feet in between us. But I was facing the situation when it happened, so I was able to move out of the way. Can you imagine if she had spit and it actually landed on me from behind? When I say, your girl wouldn't be here making videos because I'd be in jail, okay? But, it landed on the ground, he moved out of the way, and once, like, everything kind of, like, the moments of it happening settled, he charged at her, okay? When I say charged, I mean charged. His security colleagues, stopped him, but that was the only thing that saved her that day. Now, all of this that I've told you guys about this woman, that the police know full well about. They know who she is. Like, if you go up to them, you don't even have to say her name. Like, they just describe the situation. They know who you're talking about. So they're ticket scalpers at Yankee Stadium. You have to be a true Yankee fan to know who I'm talking about. But there's a guy who comes to the stadium kind of dressed like a clown. He wears, like Yankee colors, and I think blue as well. You might have seen him on TV 1 or 2 times. But he comes to the stadium, and he stands outside the stadium, and he screams, "The Yankees win!" That's like pretty much all he screams while he's out there. And he says some other type of gibberish. That guy and the ticket scalpers always get arrested. Like, always get arrested. I don't even understand why they keep coming back to the stadium. They always get arrested. The ticket scalpers, okay, you can kind of understand that. The guy who's yelling outside the stadium, somehow he's, like, disturbing the peace, whatever. They always get arrested. But yet, here is this woman who is not only verbally, but physically assaulting people. You know who she is, but yet you won't do anything about her. In Yankee Stadium, you won't have her, like, trespassed or anything like, sorry, my camera died, your girl talks a lot. But like I was saying, even Yankee Stadium, you're fully aware of this woman who is making life difficult for the people who work for you, but she's also making life difficult for the people who pay you, who keep you in business by coming to see the games. Besides, going through people's purses, she's had, curse matches with people who are standing in line waiting to get inside. And I've told you guys before, I was working with people who paid quite a bit of money to sit where they're sitting and get the treatment that they're getting. I was working with suite seating, so people who could afford $8,000 seats, celebrities coming through. And I'm not saying that anyone who didn't have a ticket for that area doesn't deserve to be hassle free when they come to the stadium. But if we're looking at it how most companies act when it comes to the important people that they have coming through the building, you would think, knowing that she's harassing your celebrities and your CEOs that are coming to the game, you would think they would do something about her. But nope, I'm pretty sure they have a game today, I believe. I'm pretty sure if I was there, I would see her. A whole 2 years. Has it been 2 years? I think it's almost been 2 years since I've worked there. I don't know. A whole 2 years later, I'm sure she would still be there. So that is it for this story. I went ahead and, got myself all riled up. Now I'm ready to fight. Let me know in the comments down below, any issues, any encounters you've had with a racist down below, how they tried it with you. Let me know if you stopped an encounter like that or anything like that. Make sure to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching. I will see you on the next one. Bye!